Okay, this is going to be part 3 of this, this video, Unit 2 Sample Test Advanced Math. The big thing here for this problem, you have to make a change. I told you about this in class. We're going to make this, this is going to become x is less than 0. Okay, so what's going to happen, okay, with our problem here is we're going to build the table for this anchor point, which is -1, 0. So I'm going to build this around -1, 0. All right, so I got -1, -2, -3, 0, and 1. Okay, all right. Big calculator. All right. All right, so option abs x plus 1. All right, so I got 1, which is 2, 0, which is 1. -1 is going to be 0. -2 will be 1. And -3 will be 2. Okay? All right? Then, this is a line. Okay? Now, since I'm working off of those points, okay, all right, I'm going to just go 0, 1, 2. Now, we know that when we type that one into the calculator, that's easy. It's all going to be -3. All right? And as you can see, all the answers are -3. If you just want to see that and confirm that, you can. Okay? Okay? So, all those will be -3. This also is a line, so I'm going to build this off of the condition. So I'm going to build this off of 2. So 2, 3, 4, 1, and 0. All right, so -2x plus 3, table. All right, 0 is 3, 1 is 1. Okay, 2 is -1, 3 is -3, and 4 is -5. Okay, now, let's look at what we're allowed here. This will be a left arrow, this will just be a segment, and this will be a right arrow. Now, for this first one, I'm only allowed to graph things less than 0. Okay, so, in the end, I'm not going to be able to graph this, and for the 0, I'd have to have an open circle. For this second one, I graph all these. This one would be closed, and this one would be open. For this one, this is going to be a right arrow, so it's going to be greater than 2. So this is not going to be used, this is not going to be used, and this will be a filled-in circle. So let's start with this first one. 0, 1, which will be open. -1, 0. -2, 1. -3, 2. Okay? Since this is a left arrow, it's going to go just like that. Alright, this one, 0, -3. 1, -3. Oh, whoops, sorry, that's not right. 0, -3, which is closed. 1, -3, and 0, and 2, -3. Once again, that's just going to be a little connection point, okay, because that's that. All right, then I got 2, -1, 3, -3, and 4, -5. This will be a right arrow, so it'll be down like that, okay? All right, as far as writing the transformations, okay, this is a quadratic, 3 right, 9 right, okay, 7 down, okay, because that would be my anchor point, would be 9, -7. You just got to put that in there, okay? All right, an amplitude of 1/2. Reflection, which means that's going to be negative. 4 units up, which would be this. So then I would have x squared plus 4. Okay? X squared plus 4. All right? Now, these next ones, I got to find the equation. Okay? See if you can make sure you can see that. Yep, great. Now, for step function, there is really, you can pick any point and work off of it. So let's say that's 1, 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. All right, 1, 2, which would be x minus 1. All right, plus 2. To get my number out front, I move 1 right to the anchor, 1 up to hit. So that would just be 1 there. Okay. Okay, this is spinning. Hopefully this gets out of this. Okay, 16. Okay. Oops. 16. These are 2 lines. Okay. These are 2 lines. So when I do the line for this one, what I want to come up with is I want to come up with the equation first for that line. Okay. So this is a line and a line. Even though it has endpoints, it's got a line. All right. Now what I'm going to do, all right, is I'm going to use, let's say this point, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use negative 2, 3, and 0, negative 2. For this one, I'm going to use 0, 1, and I'll use 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. So what I got to do is I got to find the equations of those. Let's start with that. So I'm going to go to Menu. I'm going to go to Stat. All right, I'm going to delete everything that I have here. All right, I'm going to go Option. Whoops, oh, sorry. I got to put my points in. So for the line, I'm going to do negative 2, 3. Then I'm going to do 0, negative 2. All right. Calc, reg. This is a line, so x, ax plus b. So I got negative 2x minus 2. Negative 2.5x minus 2. Okay. For this other one, I'm going to do 0, 1. And 3, 2. Once again, ax plus b. That's going to be 0.3 repeating x plus 1. Okay, now for the conditions. Okay, the conditions are, I have a left arrow at 0 with open circle. So x is going to be less than 0. Left arrow. This is a segment. Goes between 0 and 3. Okay, the reason for this being open is that's less than because that's an open circle. Okay, moving on. Okay, this is a quadratic. Okay, all right. So you got to understand when you have piecewise and when you have a singular graph. All right. So my anchor point here is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right. So that's negative 3, 2, which will be x plus 3 squared plus 2. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go right 1, down 1, 2. Okay, to get the, so from the anchor point, I move 1 right, down 1, 2 to hit my spot. So that's going to be my answer. Okay. All right, now this is another piecewise. Now this is a line, and this is a quadratic. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and handle the line first. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is negative 6, 5. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 0, negative 7. Okay, so I'm going to use this regression for that. Okay, so negative 5, the negative 6, 5. Okay, and 0, negative 7. ax plus b, so that's going to be negative 2x minus 7 for that. Okay, this is a quadratic. My anchor point for that quadratic will be 0, negative 3. Okay, so that's going to be x squared minus 3. Okay, now if I move 1 right, 1 up, so that would just be a 1 there. Now, since these are both segments, okay, they're going to be this double thing. All right? So, this is -6 is the smaller, 0 is the bigger, and since 0 is a closed, that's the way that's going to be. Then this is 0 to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 3, 6. So also from 0 to 3. Okay? Let me clean this up just a little bit so I don't get confused. Alright? So that's the way it would be. If you want to put those parentheses there to help you, that's fine. But the reason why these are two endpoints is because they end on endpoints. Okay, 19. Okay, we have a quad. We got a line. And we got an absolute value. Okay? The line part's right there. That's the absolute value part. Okay? So let's start with each function. Okay? Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So that's -5, -2. Okay, so for that quad, would be that. Alright, to figure out the number out front, if I move 1 right to the anchor, 1 up, so that would be a 1 there. This is a line, okay? This point would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's -4, 4. This part of the line is 2, 4. Okay? So once again, I'm going to use the regression here. Now, this is going to be a constant function. And you're going to see that. All right? All right? And now it tells you error. Okay? Tells you error. Because we go to do that. Now, the idea is when you have a flat line, the 4 and the 4 are the same. So that's why you have that. This is absolute value. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4, 0. So I got x minus 4. Now, this is 1 right, 1, 2 up. So I have to put the 2 there. Now, the conditions. This is a left arrow for this one. Okay? So, this would have to be, okay, all right, this starts at -4, so this would have to be x is less than or equal to -4. This is a line segment, so that's going to be from -4 to 2. I think that's a, yep, okay. And then this last part, it runs from 2 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Runs to 8, 8. Okay? So it goes from 2 to 8. Okay? Alright? That one's an arrow. That one's a less than because that's an arrow. Okay? Alright? And then number 20 here. Number 20. Alright? You have an absolute value. And it's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's at -4, -2. And then you have a quad at 2, 0. Okay? Alright? So, the absolute value would be x plus 4 minus 2. If I go 1 right, about a half up would get my part there. This quad would be x minus 2 squared. Okay, I would go 1 right, 1 up, so I'm good. Now I got to do the this conditions. This one is a left arrow. So this whole thing is a left arrow, it's 0. So that's going to be x is less than or equal to 0, because that's an arrow. This is a little segment, so that's going to be 0 to 3. Okay, and since they're both open, that's the way they would look. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so use that regression table. All right, this unit's going to take some practice, but if you practice that, you should get a good grade.